Anand, we just watched your movie, The World is Family, and I loved your mom, I loved your father. What a beautiful couple. All your aunts and all your uncles and everywhere. The idea of an extended family was great. And it went from, the independence of India and then the big divide up to now. And you showed us a face of the independence of India. And I ask you, what is the relevance of that movie and that whole story about what's happening in India today?
So what's happening in India today is that history is being rewritten. It's probably not happening only in India, but history is being rewritten by those who rule. And those who rule in India right now are right-wing Hindu fundamentalists, Hindu nationalists, mostly upper caste Hindu nationalists who have an ideology of upper caste. They may not all be upper caste, but they promote the kind of supremacy. And so they don't tolerate they don't tolerate the secular values that came with independence. Because
And with Gandhi.
with Gandhi, with Dr. Ambedkar, who wrote the Constitution, with Bhagat Singh, who was a socialist, one of the early ones. So the independence struggle in India was made by either Gandhians or socialists or communists to some extent, but so either people who believed in armed struggle against the British or peaceful non-violence, but they were all united by belief in secular values. And they wanted to create a democratic state. So that is no longer true, because the regime today wants people to forget that. Wants people to remember Gandhi in a completely different way. They denounce Gandhi not so much publicly, because publicly they pretend to like Gandhi, but they have right-wing groups that even celebrate Gandhi's killers, that certainly write out the contribution made by not just Gandhi but Nehru also, and the period that followed after independence. They want to undermine that as people who are... So, the difference between belief in public systems and private enterprise. So today, the right wing is in favor of privatizing everything. In fact, the whole economy has now been surrendered to two big entities, like Ambani and Adani. Especially Adani, who's a close friend of our Prime Minister, and everything belongs to him now. I mean, whether it is ports, airports, mines, he's everywhere.
So you think the whole country is being sold out?
He's even building the port in Israel. He's also in charge of, he's responsible for the destruction of the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, because they're doing mining and doing stuff that is destroying the ecology.
What they want to make us believe, the current government, is that they're modernizing, they're opening the country, they're doing reindustrialization. They have a whole different picture. Isn't that also more the difference of opinion, or is it really, that you come from the old world, where it was a socialistic world where everybody was India was on its own?
I don't think it's a difference of opinion. I think that all the things that I'm saying you can check them out in fact, because what is their definition of development? The definition of Gandhi's idea of development, or the socialist idea of development, was that the people at the bottom should their opportunities will rise. They'll have food in their stomach, they'll have shelter, and they'll have hospital, medical care, all of that. So a large amount of public enterprise.
But isn't it just more
private? But now everything is privatized, and the poor cannot afford it. Jobs are lost. The only jobs that are available now are in the security agencies. either the military, the police, the security guards of the rich people. This is where you get jobs. You don't get jobs in there, and then even in industries, they are like automating, which I'm not against automation, because sometimes you need it to get rid of the very difficult work. Like, say, manual scavenging is a horrible thing, and we would like machines to be able to do that. But at the same time, if you do it what's happening today is that they're bringing in new technology and people are losing their jobs.
But isn't this happening in America?
It's
also
happening everywhere in the world.
Is it
It's
happening
happening
in
everywhere.
Europe? Everything is
Everywhere in the world.
neoliberalism.
And then
Everything is the market. Everything is
everything
open.
is a market. And
Is it different in India than everywhere else
no,
in the world?
No, it's not different, but it's more obscene in India because we have high levels of poverty. And when you say that your priority is to build big roads and more cars, you're destroying the air. You're cutting down mountains to create cement. You're wiping out the sand from the shoreline because you need all of these materials, and you're building it and you're increasing speed. You uproot the tracks of the trains because now you want a bullet train, so rich people can get faster from A to B, and that they call progress. While I think that speed is disastrous for the environment and it's not development, it's destruction.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do, and there's nothing which the media brings to this. Certainly doesn't bring to Europe. I mean, how is the media narrating that story inside India? Is there a big critical?
The media celebrates this kind of development, and that's why people today in the question and answer ask me, but isn't India improving economically, and isn't this development? So what they call development is actually destruction.